stop and cradle his head, but I had to steel myself to start CPR. The operator told me where to place my hands on his chest. She began to count out loud as I began compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It felt as if part of me was looking down from above, watching the unimaginable take place. Please tell me I am not giving CPR to my husband, my high school sweetheart, my best friend and our rock. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I love you, Dan, I cried out loud as the operator and my son kept counting. If he could still hear me, if this was the last thing he ever heard, I wanted him to know we loved him. We love you. 12, 13, 14, 15. I pushed my palms against his chest with all my weight. Is this even hard enough? Are my hands in the right place? After 30 quick compressions, I pinched Dan's nose between my fingers, laid my mouth over his, and gave him my breath. Deep inhale, mouth over his, long breath out. Deep inhale, mouth over his, long breath out. Now you need to check his pulse, the operator instructed. I checked his wrist first. Nothing. I checked his neck. Nothing. Surely it's just that I'm not trained. I just don't know how to find it. But the full impact of what was happening was dawning on me. Dan had been perfectly fine days before when the two of us had tacked a little getaway onto one of his business trips. We'd laughed and reminisced while he made phone calls and worked in the car. We'd taken the coastal highway to stop at a favorite restaurant that hadn't changed since our high school dates there. Back home the night before, we had pizza and a routine evening with the kids. Dan hadn't been sick, didn't seem tired, and never appeared winded or in pain. I had turned in early since I had a big day ahead to get us all ready for the family trip. I'm going to finish this paperwork for my mom, Dan had said. I told him good night and tucked into bed like 1,000 other nights. Something had gone terribly wrong in the wee hours of the night. Before I even finished with the second round of CPR, the paramedics arrived at our home. He's in good hands now, I thought. Phew, he's going to be so miffed when he wakes up and realizes he has to miss work today. I was guided out of the room as paramedics cut open Dan's t-shirt. Pacing in the living room, I prayed out loud. Lord, have mercy on us. Oh, dear God, have mercy on us. My spirits lifted when I overheard one paramedic say he was getting some good color, and I could hear them placing paddles on his chest, counting, and then the beeps and discharge of the defibrillator. Before long, they had Dan on a stretcher and took him out the front door and into the ambulance. Our house became eerily quiet as I answered questions for a police officer. I tried to answer politely, though inside I was screaming to change out of my nightgown and follow the ambulance. Before leaving for the hospital, I ran upstairs to talk to our kids. The scene in the boys' room is forever seared into my memory. All 6 kids were huddled together on the carpet, shadowed by the darkness. Their arms were wrapped around each other, heads tucked down, and they were audibly crying. Our 17-year-old daughter, who would soon start her senior year of high school with its decisions and milestones. The 3 middle boys just coming of age. Our 6-year-old son just beginning to form memories with his dad of fishing, shooting the .22, and trips to the hardware store. And our 4-year-old littlest girl, who could not have understood how permanently life was changing that early morning. Everything in me wanted to assure them their dad would be okay. But as the words formed in my mouth, I stopped, realizing I couldn't promise it. I did the only thing I could. I knelt with them on the carpet, put my arms around them, and prayed. Getting up to head to the hospital, I spoke the only promise I could. I will be back. I will be back. Driving to the hospital, I thought of my children, bewildered, frightened, huddled together as they prayed and cried, and I wept. The hospital is just a few miles away, but it was the longest drive I've ever taken. Dan's life, all of life as we knew it, hung in the balance. Still, I remember feeling God's strong presence with me as I drove.